Hi guys and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I will continue with the development of my market master indicator. If you remember at the end of the previous video I said that in this one I will start with the development of zigzag patterns and price patterns. The thing is that I recorded some of these videos, okay, so I added double top, double bottom, some flags and some channels. But then I decided it's not worth it to have all of these price patterns inside this indicator. The reason why I decided this is that it generated so much noise, basically. Yeah, so plotting out all of these price patterns added so much noise to the indicator itself, and it just didn't work well. Also, a lot of entries basically that were generated based on those price patterns were overlapping. So for example, when you had a double top and a channel, and for example the double top was inside the channel and then the price started moving to one of the sides and it for example broke out of the channel. At the same time it usually broke out of that double top pattern as well. So you basically had two entries at basically the same price. And that just doesn't make sense to me. So I decided to basically skip this chapter, and instead of implementing price patterns, I decided that I will implement something called reversion bands. So the idea behind reversion bands is that it should basically tell you when the price is overbought and oversold. Okay, so that's what I'll be doing today. I tested a few ideas of these bands. Okay, so you can do these bands, for example, on the Bollinger Bands or MACD, or you can just like do something like a Keltner channel or something like this. But then I decided that the best indicator I can use is probably envelopes. So here you can see the design of what I will be doing today. So the idea is that I will use two envelopes on both of these sides, or like two envelopes, and it will create these upper and lower bands. Okay, so the distance between the upper envelope and the even upper envelope, okay, so this one and this one, the distance here will be basically our band, which will tell us that the price is either overbought or oversold. So that's the idea. I also thought about, so let's just check this, because yeah, we are here to basically share ideas and test them out. What I also thought about is adding Keltner channel. Okay, so Keltner channel basically, yeah, it's based on ATR, which basically tells you the average movement or how much the price should move. So it also makes sense to use this, and you can, for example, use, okay, so I don't want this. You can, for example, do something like this, yeah, and then you have nice channels right here. You can also change this to, for example, 100, and it creates such channels. And then I can also add a second Keltner channel, so 100 here, and let's do, for example, 6, and then it can create bands like this as well. So I am really not sure which idea is basically better. Like, should I use envelopes or Keltner channel? I guess in this video I will implement both, and I will let the user to decide which indicator he or she wants to use for the bands basically. And yeah, so I think this feature might be a nice touch to the indicator. So let me just test something. So I can, for example, set for the Keltner channel, I can set the input ATR multiplier to 8, therefore the bands are wider. Okay, so let's do this. I hope I will be able to finish this tutorial because I will be working with histogram, which is something I haven't worked for some while with. Okay, so it will be very, very difficult for me probably to finish this, but yeah, just be patient, and I think I will get it eventually. So let's start. So this is the code that we are working with, and I will start with the upper band. Okay, so I will start with the upper band, and then I will add the lower band. The reason why is that it will be easier, and since I am not sure how to work with histograms, it will be just like more foolproof, let's say. So let's start. So I will need, based on the documentation here, I will need one plot. Okay, so let's add one plot. So let's change plots to 5, and for the buffers I need 3 buffers, but this is for the color histogram, and I don't want color histogram, I just want histogram. So I need 2 additional buffers, which will be 8, I guess. Okay, so yeah, and then I need to add basically the plot. So it will be label 2, type 2, color 2, and let's call this upper bands. And now the type. So it's going to be draw histogram, and I think it's going to be histogram 2, because for histogram 1, like the difference is that for histogram like this, you only need 1 buffer, and it basically uses 0 as a first anchor point. And with the histogram 2, you basically defined your 2 anchor points yourself. And then we need color. So for upper histogram, I think we can just start with color blue. I thought that blue might be a nice color, but we can change it later. Okay, so this is just like initial settings, let's say. Okay, so we have this. Now what I have to do is that I have to declare the buffers. So double, and let's go here and let's do upper band buffer 1 and upper band buffer 2. Okay, so I need 2 buffers. I added 2 buffers, so I need to create 2 buffers right here. So let's go on init function and let's initialize these buffers. So I can actually just copy this, paste it here 2 more times, and let's change these values to 5 and 6. Let's change this to upper band buffer 1 and upper band buffer 2, and both of these are indicator data. Okay, perfect. So now I said that I will use envelopes and Keltner channels. So I will start with envelopes. Okay, so I will use envelope indicator like for the first draft of the upper band and lower band, yeah. And when I finish it for the envelope, I will add an option to use Keltner channel. Okay. Also, one more thing, a nice touch to the Keltner channel is that it has this moving average. So you can, for example, see that the price is oversold or overbought, and then basically it should reverse to the average price. So that's also like a very nice touch to the Keltner channel. But let's start with envelopes. So what I will do is that, sorry, this is from those price pattern videos. As I said, I made some of them, but I will delete this inputs right here. Okay, so what I have to do now is that I have to create an input section for the reversion bands. So input group, let's call it reversion bands settings. So now I will create enum reversion options, and here will be envelopes Keltner. Okay, so here the user can choose whether he or she wants to use Keltner channel or envelopes. And now it's input input reversion options. Reversion option is equal to envelopes by default. And then we need to create another input, and let's do, so for envelopes, let's check envelopes here. So envelopes require period deviation. Also, we can use the method, but I think simple method should be all right. Or let's do all of this stuff. So now I will create another group. Okay, let's call it envelopes settings. So let's do input integer input envelopes period, which is equal to, let's do 100. Yeah, input double input envelopes first deviation, which is like I have to create inputs for 2 deviations, okay? Because here you can see that the deviation for the first envelope is 0.75, and for the second envelope it's higher, 1.5, okay? So I think this might be a good setting. So first is 0.75 and input double input in envelopes, just change to second deviation is 1.5, okay? And then I can also do input enum MA method. So input envelopes method will be equal to MA, or how is it? Come on. What's the one? Okay. Mode, maybe. Mode, yeah, EMA. Exponential moving average will be the default one. I can also change the price, but I will leave the price to closing price. Okay, so now I have everything I need to, or I have all of the inputs for envelopes. Okay, so now let's go, I guess, here, and let's create first envelope handle and second envelope handle. Okay, so you need 2 handles, one for the upper, one for the lower. Yeah. So now I have to find my initialize indicators function. So let's find it, and it's right here. So let's do this. So first envelope handle is equal to I envelopes for the current symbol, current period. Moving average period is input envelope how was it called? Okay, so Y, yeah, period right here. Shift is 0. Input envelopes method. Applied price is price close. Deviation. So now deviation. So this is for the first envelope. So it's input envelopes first deviation. Okay. So now I can just copy this line of code. Let's copy it here. Let's change the handle to second envelope handle. Input envelope period. The period stays the same. Method stay the same, and here just change to second. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So now I can work with this. Okay, so what I need basically is that I need to, let me just check my on calculate function. Okay, so what I need to do is that I just need to get the value for, I need to get values for the upper band of the envelope for both of the envelopes, and then I just have to set the prices to the buffers, and that's it. I guess that should be it. So I will create, I can do it on my on calculate function, but I don't want to. I want to put this inside inside function. So right here I'll just create two variables, global variables. So the first one is up envelope or up band value 1 and up band value 2. Okay, so now I will create a function that will be called get envelopes value or values, and let's do this. So it will need one argument, which is shift. Okay, so this is the same as for the rest of the functions that I already created and used. And now it's very simple. So I will create local. So let's do temporary value array. Okay, and I will use this for the copy buffer function. So copy buffer function indicator handle is first envelope handle. Buffer number is, I guess it's 0. Starting position is shift. I want one value and I want to store this into temporary value. So now I can say that up band value 1 is equal to temporary value, and this is not an array, so just like this, temporary value at position 0. Perfect. And I can just copy this, paste it here, change this, everything stays the same, and change this right here. Okay, nice. So now I can go here. I have to call the get envelope values right here. So get envelopes values with the shift. Oh, it's okay, better. Shift, and then I can just say that upper band buffer 1 at position I is equal to up band value at position I, not position I, up band value 1, and upper band buffer at position 2 at position I is equal to up band value 2. Let's check this. This will be very interesting. So do we have something? Okay, so it froze, so probably I did something wrong and it doesn't work. Perfect. So let me just test this in the strategy tester. I think, like, I'm not sure about the plots and the buffers and stuff like this. Out of range 161. So 161. So this is out of range. So this is out of range upper band buffer 1. So let's check. Okay, so I did set it as an index buffer, so this should be okay. So probably plots. Let's do plots. Let's say 6 plots. And buffers, for example, 9. Just in case that I messed up this number. And it's still 161. Okay, so it doesn't recognize. It basically does not recognize these buffers as an actual buffers, I guess. So 6, 1, 2. Okay, so I finally found out why it didn't work, and now it works, as you can see. So yeah, I guess I cut the video, and now, like, because it took me like 40 minutes or 30 minutes to find the issue, so I think I didn't put the whole section inside the video, so I think I cut the previous one, and now you see this. Okay, so the issue is very, very strange. So what I had to do is that I had to copy the code of my market master indicator, and I had to create a new file, which is this one, which is basically the same one. Okay, so it's exactly the same thing. It has all of the things I did in the previous one. Okay, so it's exactly the same copy, and like my approach was correct. Yeah, like it was correct, and it didn't work. Sorry, not so. I guess 7. Yeah, so my approach was correct, and there was one reason why it didn't work with this one. And I'm not sure if it's like this reason, or if this is the cause of the issue I had for 100%, but I think it is. So what I found out is that like I have this file for the project, okay, and inside this file I basically declared, or I created the buffers, the plots and stuff like this. And I guess this is connected to this file. And since I only created this candle plot, like it just it didn't update, okay? So when I added a new plot to this file, it, I guess, didn't connect to this file, so it didn't add the plot for some reason. Yeah, which is very strange. I never seen it before. But then when I created this new file, which is basically outside of the scope of this project, and I added a new plot, it worked without any issues. So yeah, so what I will do now is that I will create a new file. So inside my YouTube folder, I will create a new file. So now I'm not creating new project, just creating new file. So custom indicator. So this is market master indicator. I can give it the same name. Now just next and finished. Select all, paste the code, and now I can use this indicator, okay? So that was the issue. So like it wasn't issue inside the code, it was issue with that master file, I guess, yeah, if that makes sense. So yeah, so let's continue. So now let's just find the second file. So this is my market master indicator I will be using from now on. And this is basically my envelope thing. So yeah, the first thing that comes to my mind is that this looks horrendous. It's just crazy ugly. Yeah, so I'm not sure what are my options here. I can try to plot this before the candlestick, so now it should like overlay. Okay, it doesn't overlay. Like when you zoom in, it does overlay, but what are my options here? So what I will try to do is that I will try to create this as the first one, okay? So let's just try to create the envelope as the first one, as the first buffer, or the first plot. And then basically after that, the candlestick should be created. Does it look better? Does it look better, or does it? Yeah, now it looks better. So you can see like when I change the order in which basically the candlesticks are created. I created the channel first, then the candlestick, and it looks like this. Okay, so it's a little bit better, let's say, but I still don't like it. Yeah, I still think this is pretty ugly. So what I think I have to do is that I have to like change the color, because unfortunately in MQL5 you don't have an option for gradient. Okay, so like make it less vibrant. You don't have that option, so I have to create more less aggressive color, I guess. So let's go here and let's actually just copy this, paste it here, so we don't get confused, and let's do color. And now I need light blue, for example. So let's just check the light blue color. And I guess I have to reset everything here. Okay, I guess I have to deploy it again. Market master indicator. Yeah, now it's light color. Okay, so when I zoom out, it still doesn't look nice, but I guess no color will look that nice. So I will just keep like, I will be zoomed in. And what do you think? Should I like leave this? I think I will. Maybe better option would be like not to create histogram, but to create just like two lines, because do I like this? I don't like this. I don't like this. So what I will do instead, I will just create two lines here. Okay, so this is draw line, sorry, and upper bands 1. Then I will do 2 here. So I will also have to change this to 3 here, upper bands 2, and I guess this is okay. So I can leave this as it is now. The only thing I have to change, or I think I can leave it like this, and now it will look like this. Okay, so now I created these two lines. So I think this is a much better visualization, let's say. Yeah, because I don't like the histogram visualization. It just doesn't look nice. Like in the trading view, for example, the histogram looks amazing. Like if this were a trading view or Pine script tutorial, I would use the histogram there, but the histogram in MQL5 is just horrendous. Maybe I will find a way how to make it nicer, but for now we will stick with these lines. So now we have upper lines. So now of course we have to do the same thing for lower lines as well. So I have to increase plots by 2, so to 5, and this by 2, so 9 in total. So let's just copy this, paste it here. So 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, lower bands 1, lower bands 2, color red, color red, and this I have to change to 5. So let's just create 2 more buffers. So I'll just replace this by lower, copy, paste. This is right here, so let's copy this. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, and now we go 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. So now I need to go here. So this is get envelopes. I will copy this, paste it here. Is the same thing, but the buffer is 1. This will be down band value 1, down band value 2. And now I think I created these global variables here. So let's just copy this, change this to down, copy, paste, compile everything. Okay. Take this, create space, paste it here. So lower band buffer 1, lower band buffer 2 is equal to down band value 1 and down band value 2. So now it should be okay. And it is not. So why upper band, lower band? So why isn't it okay? 171. So where is the issue? What the fuck? Ah, it's another indicator. Market master indicator right here. So let's check where the issue is. 187. So I probably didn't do something right. 187, which is lower band buffer. Did I? Yeah, I left these. So lower band buffer 1, lower band buffer 2. Now it should be okay. Is it? It is. Okay. So now we have these bands. I am pretty happy about this. Okay, so this is the envelope band. And so let's just, okay, so this is the envelope band. I will just like clear the chart a little bit. So let's not show fractals. Let's not show fair. Oh, we can use fractals. Let's not show fair value gaps. Why does it show fair value gaps? Okay, so I guess I'll just. Okay, perfect. So this is how it looks like, and like yeah, like what does it tell us, or what does this tell us? Okay, one thing, I'll just check my if input show. I forgot to add this in my other tutorial. Okay, so what does this mean? So now we basically see the trend, and we see the oversold and overbought sections or price areas. So now, like, for this to make sense, what I would do is that I would, for example, change the trend indicator length to, for example, 14. So I want short-term trend and, for example, 3 here. So now what I can do here, I can like trade these breakouts, or not breakout, but like mean reversion. Okay, so can I find an instance of this, or the other way around? What I should do is that I should use higher yeah, so like this. So longer 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 trend basically. And for envelopes I should choose, let's do this one. For envelopes, what I should do is that for envelopes I should choose a little bit. So 25, for example. Let's do 1.5 and 1. Yeah, so now it adapts to the current price better. And I also think I will change the envelopes a little bit more. So 1.0.3, 0.6, for example. Yeah, so now how can I, for example, use envelope is that I detect the current trend. So for example, here is a sell trend or downtrend. I wait for the price to go inside the envelope, and then I trade when the price goes outside the upper envelope. So for example, here or here, okay, or here at this point. And the same thing goes for the upside, okay. So when I have a trending market, so green candlesticks, I can wait for the price to go below the lower band, which is right here, and then above. And then, for example, I can get this fractal confirmation right here, or I can wait for the BOS with the trend. Okay, so that's why, like, how I would read this. Let's find another instance of this. So for example, here the price goes below and then above. Right here it changes the trend before it goes above, so this is okay. Or here, yeah, sell here. No, it changes here. Buy position, buy position, buy position. Do we have another instances? No, it changes. Sell position right here. Yeah, so you like get the idea. So it allows you to go with the trend. Okay, so now we have envelopes. So now what I should do is that I should add an option to use Keltner channel. Okay, so let's do this. So in order to be able to use the Keltner channel, you have to have the code. I basically coded in one of my previous YouTube videos. So just go and check it out, because without that you can't do anything here. Yeah, so let's do it. So I will need to define a new resource. So resource, so my Keltner is inside indicators, YouTube, and Keltner channel EX5. Okay, so let's check the Keltner channel on new chart, and let's just like check the inputs. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 inputs. I think we can just use 4 inputs and we will use closing price. Okay, so we need period, method, ATR period, ATR multiplier. So let's do this. So now right here I created group for envelope settings. So now I just copy this, paste it here, and I will do Keltner channel settings. So we need Keltner period. I will delete this. I need Keltner method. Okay. And then I need input integer input Keltner ATR period, which is set to, let's do 100 for example. And then I need input double input Keltner ATR multiplier, which is set to 4. Let's do 4. Okay, so now I have to use my iCustom function, or I have to assign the indicator to my handle, which I have to create first. So let's go here and let's create. Also, I will have two Keltners basically. Yeah, so it's the same thing as with an envelopes. I'm using 2 envelopes. I will be using two Keltner channels. So let's just copy this. So Kelt, very simple. So now let's go here, get envelopes values, and now this is basically what I have to do. So if input or reversion option is equal to envelopes, so if the user wants to use envelopes, this piece of code will be executed, and else, meaning he wants to use Keltner channel, this will execute. So now I can just do this. Sorry, I forgot one thing. I need to go here. So let's do. So first Kelt handle is equal to iCustom for the current symbol, current period, now the directory. So this indicators YouTube Keltner channel .ex5. Now the inputs. So input Keltner period was the first, then it was, I guess, input Keltner method, then it was price close, then it was input Keltner ATR period, and input Keltner ATR multiplier. So this should be okay. So now let's just take this. Oh, and what I have to do is that I have to create 2 ATR multipliers, because like the ATR multiplier with the Keltner indicator, or the ATR multiplier basically makes the bands. Okay, so if you have one Keltner channel with 4 and one with 6, the difference between 6 and 4, this is your band. So I have to create 2. So this is 1 and 2. So this will be 6. So let's go here. Or I can just compile. It will give me an error, and I can find where the error is. So now this is 1. This is 2, and this is second Keltner handle. Okay, perfect. So let's go down here and let's also check the Keltner. So you have three buffers. So the first one is moving average, the second one is upper band, the third one is lower band. So I can just like copy this, paste it here, and let's change this. So this is first Keltner handle. So the buffer number is 1, shift 1 temporary value, and this is okay. So now this is second Keltner handle 1, first Keltner handle 2, second Keltner handle tool. So let's check this. This will be very interesting to see. So now we are still using envelopes. So I think it might be nice to basically compare these two options side by side. So I will delete this GBP/USD. I will open this GBP/USD. Let's do this thing. So yeah, so they are the same. But now what I will do is that I will go here and I will choose this Keltner option. Now you can see that the bands are a little bit different. Yeah, like they are very, very similar, but they are different. So what I see here is that I have to increase this. So this is 6, this is 9. Let's go. Okay, so let's go crazy here. I will just reset this. No, I don't want to use envelopes, so go here, envelopes, Keltner. Okay, so this, does it look better? I guess it does. So the first thing you can see, like when you compare these two charts, is that the Keltner channel like is more dynamic, I would say. It adapts more to the ATR. So here you can see, so there, for example, here the Keltner channel or the distance for the Keltner channel is very, very wide. And that's because here was high volatility or ATR. So the gap basically is very high or very big, very large. But for example, here in area where the volatility basically decreases or the average volatility decreases, you can see that these bands basically are not that wide, okay? So they are more tight. So the gap decreases. So this basically means that the Keltner channel will basically reflect the ATR or the current price more. Envelopes don't use ATR, they use only moving averages to basically determine the price levels, but Keltner channel does. So let's just do one more thing here. So what I think might be interesting is that I can change to let's do 50 and let's do 200 here. So now it adapts even more. And I think the upside of Keltner channel is that you can read it like this. So if the price is between the bands, it means that there can be a strong trend. If the price is above the bands, then there is very strong trend. And if the price is between the bands, it's like sideways. Okay, and like if you check this, it's pretty correct because here, yeah, there's an uptrend. Now it goes below, so there's a huge downtrend here, and it just makes sense in my opinion. Okay, so this is very, very interesting. Of course, there are unlimited options basically. Like you can use, I don't know, 25 here, 100 here. Yeah, and now basically what happens is that it smoothens out a bit. So now it looks more like the envelopes. So I will just decrease this to, for example, 4, this to 6, and now it adapts more to the current market. So you can like use it this way as well. Okay, so it's completely up to you how you decide to use these two options, or whether you will use envelopes or Keltner channel. It's completely up to you. So anyway, this video is pretty long, so this is it for today. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.